shouldn't have to zoom in or anything. I already kind of said it. You're literally just tracking as best you can.
Tracking the ball.
Yeah. Try not to like go too quick. Obviously, if it's like a long through or something, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta go up and down.
No, I kind of said it.
Okay. Okay.
Balance, you know. Don't want to zoom in too much because then it gets all winky.
For warm-ups, we don't have to do
No,
much.
you're good.
This is cool up here.
We can just watch G miss. Oh, G, buddy. Oh. Stick. We're not doing too good on the one. Even if we're not now. Oh no.
Is this your first game since the 2-1 loss? For varsity? Or did you guys play on Tuesday?
For varsity?
Yeah, we played on Tuesday against Vail, but we won 4-3. So.
Varsity won 2-1.
Varsity lost 2-1.
They did? I thought they
Yeah,
won.
no, they lost to Vail.
Oh.
Vail Mountain School.
I thought they won.
So they're 2-2?
Yeah, I think so.
We're 2-1.
No, we're 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah, they're 2-2, we're 3-1.
They played an extra game than us.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
I mean, they played part of Evergreen, so technically they're 3-2, but
Exactly.
we've only played 4 games, and we're 3-1. We should have won that game against, what was it?
Against the one game we lost one.
Yeah.
What was the other loss? Or no, we only lost one. We definitely should have won that game. Yeah, made a defensive mistake.
Hey, when that happens.
Yeah, it was so rough.
Is anyone not here today? Is Lakin back?
Lakin is not.
Lincoln is not here.
Is Cameron playing?
Cameron's not.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's hurt, right?
Yeah.
He's playing,
Oh, yeah.
He's playing, the first game he gets back is Centaurus, I believe.
Is Jeffrey here? I think
Jeffrey's
he is.
here. Yep.
Okay. Anyone else is not? No.
Hazen isn't here,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
I have no idea. I think that's all.
Thank you.
A unique culture that promotes a sense of pride in every aspect of their operation. Most of their leadership is homegrown, and Alpine Lumber employees receive great benefits, including medical, dental, and vision at no or low cost. Competitive pay and employee stock ownership program combined with an employer match 401k that makes for an amazing retirement plan, and so much more. So stop by Alpine Lumber in Steamboat Springs and apply today. Alpine Lumber, an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, Jason Bongiorno here for Doc's Auto Clinic. The rumors are true. Doc retired and I jumped at the chance to take over this wonderful business. No big changes here. The 25-year tradition continues. Great service, outstanding mechanics, state-of-the-art equipment, and most importantly, fair, honest advice. We will also soon be tackling electric vehicles. For the best auto repair service anywhere in the Yampa Valley, it's Doc's Auto Clinic. Taking care of you and your family by taking care of your car. Call 970-871-1346 or book online at docsautoclinic.com.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors sports broadcasts.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski, bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailors sports sponsors.
See you out there.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Hazen Chris. I'm number 42 and I play left back. I've been playing soccer since I was like 5 or 6 years old, as long as I can remember. And then personal and team goals, win some games, play the best of our ability, and enjoy the season, basically. Other sports, like downhill bike, and that's about it. Favorite subjects in school, math or science, I'd say. I've always liked those, hate reading. History doesn't click with my mind, so that's out of the picture. I biked a ton this summer. I worked. That's about it. After I graduate, I'm taking a gap year and traveling Europe and Spain. Go ride all the professional trails. Sweet. Hopefully get some out of that. Favorite movie or book? I'd have to say my favorite movie would either be Spaceballs or the new Suicide Squad that just came out. I don't know. I just think they're hilarious and stupid. And I'm Amazing Chris, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailor Sports Broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailor Sports sponsors.
See you out there.
Hi, Jason Bongiorno here for Doc's Auto Clinic. The rumors are true. Doc retired and I jumped at the chance to take over this wonderful business. No big changes here. The 25-year tradition continues. Great service, outstanding mechanics, state-of-the-art equipment, and most importantly, fair, honest advice. We will also soon be tackling electric vehicles. For the best auto repair service anywhere in the Yampa Valley, it's Doc's Auto Clinic. Taking care of you and your family by taking care of your car. Call 970-871-1346 or book online at docsautoclinic.com.
Alpine Lumber in Steamboat Springs is looking for employees. Alpine Lumber is 100% employee-owned and operated, creating a unique culture that promotes a sense of pride in every aspect of their operation. Most of their leadership is homegrown, and Alpine Lumber employees receive great benefits, including medical, dental, and vision at no or low cost, competitive pay, an employee stock ownership program combined with an employer-matched 401k that makes for an amazing retirement plan, and so much more. So stop by Alpine Lumber in Steamboat Springs and apply today. Alpine Lumber, an equal opportunity employer.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Brian Peterson. I'm number 55, and I play midfield or striker. I've played soccer almost all my life. My personal goal this year is just to win games and have a good time. My favorite subject in school is math. Just always liked it. This summer, I've just worked and hung out with friends for most of the summer. My plans after I graduate are just go to college, study business. And then my favorite movie is the Grown Ups, and I just don't really read books. I am Brian Peterson, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Springs Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank,
Alpine Lumber,
the Steamboat Roofing Company,
I Furnish,
Mountain West Insurance,
Switchback Sports,
Mountain Eye Works,
Doc's Auto Clinic,
Mountain Mattress and Furniture,
Russell's Auto Salon,
the Paoli Group,
Steamboat Ace Hardware,
and the all-new Steamboat Motors.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and steamboatradio.com.
Collegiate level work. Earn college.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are here from Longmont High School. Your Steamboat Sailors just about set to take on the hometown ERIE Tigers. Made the trek up from ERIE as there was a little bit of a sporting conflict earlier, so they had to switch it over here to the Longmont High School field, but all told, not too bad. A nice little pitch out there and a pretty warm morning here from the Front Range. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment, so we're going to kick it back to the studio, but we will be back with the opening kickoff. This is your Steamboat Sailor Sports Connection. It's KTYV 105.7, and we're, of course, online at steamboatradio.com.
Against your opponent. Thank you.
and enjoy the game. And good luck.
President of Yampa Valley Bank, and I want you to know how proud we are to sponsor this Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast on KTYV Sports on the FM. Steamboat Sailor fans are the best, and we support our sailors on the turf, the court, the pitch, and even the track. If you can't be there to cheer our sailors on in person, Yampa Valley Bank is thrilled to provide this broadcast just for you. Go Steamboat, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Skip from Alpine Lumber. We're proud to support Steamboat Sailors High School athletics on KTYV. We believe in the competitive nature that builds character. Competitiveness at an early age is a good indicator of success in future life. At employee-owned Alpine Lumber, we foster and encourage teamwork, and we know that athletics builds that strong sense of team and working for the greater good, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors High School sports. Alpine Lumber is easy to find behind Walgreens on the other side of the tracks. Alpine Lumber, employee-owned and operated, the contractor's choice, and the homeowner's friend.
I'm Terry.
And this is Phil
From Russell's Auto Salon.
If you need help with your auto collision repair, we make it easy. Just bring me an email and a claim number, and I'll take care of the rest.
Russell's Auto Salon, Colorado's premier collision center, leading the industry in technology, where we have gone green with Enviro-based paint, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors Sports.
Russell's Auto Salon, where we always meet by accident. 879-1515.
Russell's Auto Salon.
879-1515.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors sports broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailors sports sponsors.
See you out there.
13. Managing local land involves balancing resources such as agriculture, water, and wildlife. I'm Brian Ripley, and I have over 16 years of experience managing ranch resources as your neighbor here in Routt County. I'm the Ranch and Rural Property Specialist for the Paoli Group with the support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the ranch division.
Number 1, junior.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We are here again from Longmont High School, the ERIE Tigers hosting your Steamboat Sailors. Excited to get underway with this as the opening lineups are getting announced here from Longmont. Excited to be along for the ride as the Steamboat Sailors come in. Obviously, they're trying to battle through a couple early losses in the season. This is an out-of-league matchup here against ERIE, but always a good measuring stick. Want to thank, before we get started, Yampa Valley Bank. The Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig, member FDIC. Also, Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice, the homeowner's friend. You can go see Cody and the gang at Alpine Lumber for all your building needs. I believe Charlie Welch is getting the start here for your Steamboat Sailors. Peyton Porch will be starting for the Tigers and watching the warm-ups. It's going to be a pretty fun matchup. There's definitely a few folks there on the ERIE team that look like they were some solid strikers. So the Sailors, of course, with a pretty strong defensive effort here, and obviously getting a few goals of their own, could come out and have an easier ride home. It's always a little bit more fun on the bus when you have the victory. Want to thank Mountain Mattress and Furniture, helping you and the Sailors get a good night's sleep. Come in for a test nap today at Loggers Lane. And Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop where you always meet by accident, bringing you the collision of the game. We should be streaming. I think I'm getting all green lights, and so you can watch this one at the Steamboat Sailors YouTube channel, or you can, I believe, still go through the links at steamboatradio.com and find the live stream there as well. Or terrestrially, you are tuned in to 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM. Like I said, Charlie Welch getting the start for the Sailors, and he's looking for a little bit of a bounce-back performance. One of the stronger suits. He's been coming, I think he is a senior, yes, indeed. And we've watched Charlie's evolution from the early days of playing for the Steamboat Sailors. And of course, as I was telling two JV players helping me out with the broadcast here. I was going to make hockey references. Former hockey goalie Charlie Welch, and a pretty good one at that, in case you were wondering. We've got Cade and Trout working the camera for us, so all the appreciation there. Steamboat is wearing their away white uniforms with black numbers and trim, and they will be headed left to right to start things off here in this first half of play. Looks like the Sailors did opt to take the initial kickoff and get the first possession of the game, as teams finally just about set here. A little bit of last-minute chatting from the coaching staff for the ERIE Tigers, and Porch having a few discussions with his defensive line as well as to what he is expecting out of them as we start things off. He'll take his place inside the 18, and we're just about set. Looks like we have Mendoza in the big circle for the Sailors with a little bit of help as well, as we wait on the middle official, and there's the whistle. We're underway here from Longmont High School. Sailors, again, with that opening possession, they try for a long through ball up that left flank, but they're unable to do so. Good little pressure there from Mendoza, though, and he does get a little bit of help as well from Reisman. Eventually, though, dispossessed, and it's going to be ERIE with their first chance at it here this morning. Tigers take it, but only for a moment. Now it's Reisman. He gives it off, as streaking up was Reese John. John starting up front, at least for the time being. Used to seeing him on the back line as well. He is one of those Swiss Army knife players, can do anything he's asked to do. Worked up to John. He's on the right attack side, and eventually it's going to be taken back by ERIE. Worked to Steamboat again inside the 18. Chance for Reisman off the crossbar. Rebound caroms out and will be headed along by the ERIE defenders and eventually worked out across the goal line extended. So this one, an opportunity to set piece for your Sailors. They'll take this corner from the far side. It's a quick restart. Reisman's going to try and work his way in. Ends up getting taken down, and that ball is, again, out of bounds. So two corners in a matter of 15 seconds here for the Steamboat Sailors. Early opportunities at set pieces, but here comes an ERIE defender to try and nullify what was a quick restart. Now we get a whistle from the center official. I believe he's going to mark off some yardage here for this defender. Just underway. It's a scoreless game. Your Sailors trying to jump on this ERIE hometown Tigers squad early. They've got chances. Reisman already has hit the crossbar. He's going to get the ball back. Rips another one. Too many laces under the ball, though, and that will be an earned goal kick here. First of its kind for Porch and Company. Peyton Porch sets it up to the near side of his 6 and will usher some defenders along as they will try and build from the back. Keeps this relatively low. That ball skips a couple times, doesn't make it to the midfield line. Sailors were there, and then a little bit too much contact, as that looked like that was William Hayden, and he's a former Texas boy, if I'm not mistaken, so he's used to the heat. He's ready to go shoulder to shoulder. Looks like he could probably play hockey. Hayden's in there now. He slides in. I'm just doing that one for the boys doing the old camera work here, because I did promise them that I'd mention it. So chance for ERIE. They're trying to find their first real attack of this morning, but it's a good job defensively from Timothy Sabat, and Sabat works it up the right flank. Nice speed on display here from the Sailors, and eventually it does go off an ERIE defender. Great job from Jeffrey Sturgis, as he showed off a little bit of speed in the chase on that ball, and it will be a throw in here from the near side. Sturgis is just going to step off as Sabat comes in, and he will take this one in the attacking third for the Sailors. Looks like the Steamboat squad going to do a little bit of chasing of their own balls here, though, early on. You know, I got to say, the Sailors always do a great job at home. They always have someone to snag for them, which is helpful. Toss comes in. Caroms off of the foot of Reisman. Comes free. Mendoza is in the vicinity. However, it's ERIE with possession. They try and work it up that far sideline, and eventually you're forced to just touch this one in deep for a waiting Charlie Welch. Nobody around. He's 5 yards beyond the top of the 18, and he'll just build from the back here on a nice little feed. Worked into Mendoza. One touch. He was looking for Hayden, and eventually he just settles it back to Welch again at the top of his own own 18 as we've got 3.5 minutes gone here in this first half of play. Welch, very nearly sprung his right attack man. Now Hayden follows up. He's got it to Reisman, back to the middle of the pitch. Finds Mendoza. Mendoza is going to try and turn back. Great through ball. He's got a man coming to the 18. Very nearly got it. Now it's Hayden. His shot. Big save from Porch. Rebound is right there. But Porch with a couple really, really big saves as your Sailors poured it on there, and they continue to just press on the gas pedal here in the early stages of half one. But Peyton Porch with a real big set of saves there to keep this one scoreless. Your Sailors have it again. This is Hayden in the big circle. A little bit lackadaisical on his pass, but it does get to his center back. Now worked up. Hayden in the vicinity. Sorry, that was Reisman who was trying to chase, but the challenge is unsuccessful, and it is ERIE with the ball. They'll work it to their own back line, trying to get up this near sideline, and it eventually skips away from Timothy Sabat. His first touch was a little bit heavy, and it's out of bounds. The throw-in was going to be taken by ERIE. Opportunity up the left wing. Here come the Tigers. They're into the 18, but a great dispossession. A nice challenge there, as that was Sandvik who was getting back, and then eventually we've got a little bit too much contact for the referee's judgment. Whistle blows. Free kick coming up for the Sailors, but nice job there from Jacoby Latessa. He was trying to get the first real opportunity of the game for ERIE, but unsuccessful in his bid to do so. Didn't even end up with a shot on goal. Just over 5 minutes gone here in first half action. It is from Longmont High School. Your Sailors again going toe-to-toe here with the ERIE Tigers. It's going to be chipped up. That little chip through, though, unsuccessful in its bid. Now a challenge at the far side results in a tumbling somersault from a Steamboat player, but Olin Webster gets up, looks at the official, and does not hear a whistle. It's going to be instead a throw-in from the far sideline. ERIE looking to find any sort of momentum, but again, that header intercepted by Hayden. He gets it to Mendoza. That touch from Mendoza goes a little bit high. He has a chance to recover. Instead, it's punched the other direction, and the Sailors will just work it back to Welch. Welch has to settle. No ability to pick that one up as it was off his own defender's foot. Hayden now slings it outside. He's got Reisman up that left wing. Here comes Reisman into the middle. Nice little pass. John with a little one-touch back on the give-and-go play. Reisman ducks around a man. He's into the 18. Tries to get through a last defender, but eventually is going to be dispossessed. Now it is ERIE just trying to work out of their own end. Long through ball attempt here, and Sandvik gets over. Great angles there from Sandvik to make sure that one did not get behind him. One touch as ERIE tries to come the other direction. Stumbling over the ball there was solely Carey, and Carey was able to recover enough to get some help, but it is taken by your Sailors. Here's Mendoza. He's leading the charge. Looks like he might take it. No, he gives it off to John. John is taken down there. Play goes on, and eventually it caroms off of the leg of Olin Webster, who was in on the challenge, and it does end up in the hands of Peyton Porsche. Porsche makes his way to the middle of the 18. He's looking for a little bit of movement off the ball, and eventually will just kick this one up. It lands at the midfield mark, and that's Hayden stepping right back in and sending it into the hands of Porsche again. Sorry, look at the number here. That looks like it actually might have been McLaren. My apologies. Now Sandvik turns one outside to the near sideline. Works one up the field. That's intercepted by ERIE. Tigers trying to mount any form of attack. They haven't seen a whole lot of action. Your Sailors, on the other hand, with a plethora of chances in the early goings here. Just about 7.5 minutes gone in half number one. Now switching the pitch, it's Reisman. He goes outside to Webster. Webster tried to touch one on the overlap play, but couldn't connect with McLaren on that far side of the field to play, and it will result in another throw-in here for ERIE. Tigers, though, are going to have a quick little substitution before we resume play, and they will bring in their first fresh legs of the game. Again, just about 10 minutes gone almost here in half one. Do want to thank Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks with store-to-door service, and online at steamboatmotors.com, West Steamboat on Highway 40. And of course, Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more. Knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. West Steamboat. Sandvik takes this one. He's in the middle of the pitch. Goes up that right flank. A little bit too much on that, though, and Erie will be the only squad with jerseys surrounding that loose ball. Work back to Porsche. He tries to push one right up the middle of the field himself. Tigers build from the back successfully. Out towards the midfield line. Through ball. Hits right off the heel of Carey, and he has to pull up. Eventually does. Finds the leg of Wolver. Wolver gives a quick little pass off, and the Tigers are trying to mount that attack from the midfield line, but a good job defensively for Steamboat, cutting off a lot of those passing lanes, and eventually it's turned back into a Sailors possession. Up the near sideline, it's Jeffrey Sturgis. He gets the ball kicked away from him, and it will become a throw-in on the near side. Sturgis was right there looking like he might want to take it. Instead, he almost got it given away, but Sturgis does take the throw. He couldn't connect, at least initially, on that. Reisman, though, able to end with the 50-50 ball on his feet. He gets it outside, and the Sailors trying to work from the far side. It looks like Brady Adams is the one to try and turn it to the 18. Hayden gives it off. Here's Reisman. Reisman going to let one fly. That one into the hands of Porsche, and he will just fall on this and eventually regain his footing and work towards the top of the 18 before looking for options. Again, calling for movement. Porsche with a little drop punt there. That's going to be headed forward by Sandvik, and eventually hits off a few different feet and is turned into another Erie possession there at the midfield line. Coming up on the near side looks to be Knoll. Sends one up the field, but a little bit too far there, as Keegan Wolver just didn't quite have the legs to catch up to it. 30 minutes left here in half number one. Again, scoreless from Longmont High School in the early stages of this game. Do want to thank the Paoli Group with Steamboat Group Realty. Let Chris Paoli and his team help you with all your real estate needs. The Paoli Group has you covered. Also, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, providing solutions for all your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs, plus so much more. Chance for the Sailors after an ensuing throw-in does result in what will be a deep throw-in from the attacking third here for the Sailors, just a few yards off the goal line extended, and Sturgis is down there to take the toss for your Steamboat squad. He's got Mendoza as an option low. Hayden trying to cut around and create an opening to receive a throw here from Sturgis. Now he decides to throw one into the box, and that one goes off the head of John and eventually into the hands of Peyton Porsche. Porsche will let another one fly. Nice job there by McLaren, knocking that one forward for the Sailors. Contended for at the far side, and the Sailors are trying to plead their case there. That was Reisman, who disagrees with the center official on the deciding whose possession that was going to be, but the Tigers have it nonetheless, 5 yards deep in their own side. They'll get it to the midfield line on this 50-50 ball. Challenged for and eventually pushed forward by Steamboat. Mendoza's in the big circle. He's dispossessed. Tigers will take this little chip through attempt. That one is going to be eventually taken by McLaren. Turns it up the field, finds Adams, and Adams will just send one up the pitch a little further to Reisman. Now inside to Hayden, who was waiting in the middle of the field, to Mendoza. Long ball to John. Comes near side. That one too far for Sturgis. Mendoza recovers. Now Hayden kicks it to the outside. Reisman trying to turn this one upfield. He does so. Reisman tries to cut through a defender. Nice little play there from Quinn Bargesh. I think that's pretty close to what it is. Nah, you don't even have anything. I don't know why I'm trying to chat with you. I'm bringing you guys into the broadcast here a little bit more than I should. Yeah. Throwing from the far sideline. Steamboat's going to have this. Looks like we've got about 27:45 remaining here in the first half of play. Reisman will turn this up the field. He gets it kicked away from him, and eventually they say it went off of his leg last. So toss now for Erie deep in their own defensive side of the field of play. I want to thank iFurnish, Steamboat's newest furniture store. Quality furniture and mattresses at great prices. Easy to find on Shield Drive in the old Moxie building. Ball comes out to the near side. Sailors are going to possess before it crosses the sideline. Work to Sandvik. His pass a little bit slow. Didn't connect on the play. Instead, the Tigers take it. They'll work it to the big circle and back outside. Trying to chase that one down for your Sailors was Owen Webster. He's putting the pressure on, and Webster gets a little bit of help from Mendoza as well. Eventually, Reisman comes in and will scoop the ball up, working it up that left wing once more. Adams on the overlap play, trying to take this up the field himself. He's got a little bit of of a run here. Adams, though, tackled off the ball, and eventually Webster has to take over. Gets it to John. Nice job sliding back in there. That Reese John worked over to the near side and not quite kept alive by Sturgis. Goal kick coming up here for Porsche and Company. Looks like that's Reese John heading over to have a chat with Coach Bowman on the far side. He was able to kind of slide in as Adams made his attack, but Sailors are back underway here. Webster trying to challenge a little bit. Nice job there on the intercept. Through ball's a good-looking one. Oh, and Webster very nearly got by that last defender. But a big play from Erie will result in possession here for the boys donning the black uniforms. Sailors again in white. They're left to right here on KTYV 105.7 as Hayden up there able to take over possession for a moment. He's got help from Webster. Back now to Reisman. Touched over to Mendoza. Mendoza steps around a defender, goes to the right foot, lets one fly, and that one pretty easily handled by Peyton Porsche. But a nice little set of touches there from Mendoza to even give himself the opportunity at frame. And Porsche has been challenged quite often here in the first 15 minutes of play at Longmont High School. Sailors will look to continue pressing. Again, it's a little bit of a warmer day here, and for whatever that's worth, you got to make sure you're hydrating, especially on a long game like soccer where you're playing a lot of minutes in the sun. Sailors will work this. Center official didn't like that they took a few too many yards on the near sideline. They will have to reset about 10 yards back from the midfield line. It's Timothy Sabat directed to the position the center official is content with, and he will wait for some substitutions as Mendoza checks out of the game for the Sailors, and they bring in their first pair of fresh legs. It looks like that was Nolan Laird, if memory serves. Laird with his first touch on the ball right away. However, it caroms away from him. Erie takes over. Will chip through from the Tigers. That one unsuccessful. Now it's taken back by Reisman, and he goes all the way back to Charlie Welch, who touches the ball for the first time in about 10 minutes here. The Sailors have done a really, really strong job of not allowing Erie too many chances. Now it's Reese John trying to just slow this one enough to follow up on an attack, and the Sailors do have this one, keeping it alive. Sent across. Karam's in the 18, but eventually comes free of everybody. Erie will chase it down and keep it alive in their defending third. Pass to the center back, connects, worked up a little further as the Tigers are able to get around your Steamboat Sailors attacking pressure. Erie into the middle of the field here, big circle, and it's a through ball. That one is going to be cut down by Charlie Welch, who gets out to play it. Nice job from the Steamboat Tendy, and it's worked up the field right away. Here's Reese John. He lets one fly from range. That a little bit off the mark. He went for the off-foot shot there, and now we've got a whistle as more substitutions will be made here for the Erie Tigers. So we're scoreless from Longmont High School. I want to thank Mountain Eye Works, helping you and the refs see better for all your eye care needs in Central Park Plaza and online at mountainayeworks.com. Also, Steamboat Roofing, for all your roofing needs, go to steamboatroofing.com, helping the Sailors raise the roof after every victory. And who can forget Switchback Sports, proud Steamboat Sailors sports sponsor and sponsoring all your skiing and biking needs on 11th Street downtown. Hayden's going to take this. Sailors work at the back line. Waiting was Campbell McLaren. Eventually work to the big circle. There's Laird. He touches one back to Sandvik. Sandvik now going to take this and fire it up to Laird. Laird, though, pressured by three different defenders. It'll be touched up the field of play again. Erie able to settle this one. Nice job there from Riley Hall. Eventually, though, the Sailors do take it back, and it's going to be pushed forward as Laird will chase this down. He's coming up that right wing. Touched away from him, but Laird is going to let this roll across the sideline and become a throw-in for the Sailors. Stepping up from the back end is Sabat. Going to try and heave this into the 18. Nice turn on the ball there from John. Sets one off. Chance there from Reisman. Didn't go. Rebound follow-up. Stopped by Porsche. And it's going to be clear but not out. And then volleying it out of the air was Reisman. Now it's a high ball in the 18. Contended for. And it bounces between a few different players and eventually is cleared. The Sailors trying to keep it alive at the near sideline. It's Sabat who does so successfully. Worked it back to Sandvik. Overstepped the ball. Leaving it off for McLaren, and then eventually Hayden's had enough of that and will just reset, sending the ball all the way back to Charlie Welch. Now to Sandvik, to Hayden, to McLaren, up again to Reisman in the big circle, and the Sailors content to set a few passes in motion, finding the direct feeds foot to foot. However, ERIE finally does intercept after a string of successful plays from Steamboat. And the Tigers will take over, doing a little possessive passing of their own. Just about 21 minutes and change remaining here in half number one. Scoreless from Longmont High School. Hayden gets a foot in the lane there, and eventually it's a challenge just outside the 18 of the Sailors. And this comes up high, and I'm not sure what the whistle is here. Looks like a challenge the center official did not like. So probably the best set piece opportunity here for the Tigers that we've seen all day long. Just about, like I said, halfway through this first stanza. And this is just about 20 yards back at the top of the 18. We were watching it earlier, we being me and the many voices in my head, as well as, of course, Cade and Trout, and we all kind of made note that they had strong set pieces, so the Sailors will have to defend well here. A slew of white jersey defenders right around the 18. This might be at frame, stopped by Welch. Just from the angles of it, I'm not good at math, but I don't think that one would have actually been on goal technically. It looked like it was drifting wide. Welch, though, restarts it quick on a roll-up field. Looks like we've got a challenge. That one a little bit too heavy from Quinn Bargest. I don't even know how to say that name. That's a good one. Early contender for name of the game. Bargeste? Bargeste. We're going with it. Sandvik has this. He's just about at the midfield line. Going to reset. He lets one fly into the 18, and that one is touched just off of Porsche's hands as he was somehow able to keep that out. Great looking piece from the Sailors. Now here's Hayden. He lets it fly as well, but too many laces just on the inside of the ball. Sends it wide of frame by a few feet, and it will be a goal kick. But before that, substitution being made here for the Sailors as they check in some fresh troops, as do the ERIE Tigers. And it looks as though we will watch Sturgis check out for at least a piece of time here. In his stead is Brian Peterson, and the teams are just about set. We will restart with the goal kick here from the near side of the 6. So real big save there from Peyton Porsche, and I'll tell you what, he's had a few of them so far. The Sailors have been buzzing around here in this first piece of time against the Tigers. We'll see if they can keep it up and eventually break through. Worked into the 18 once more, and Porsche will just scoop this one up and eventually take it out to the top of his big box. Scoreless game here. 18:56 to go in this first half of play. Want to thank Doc's Auto Clinic for all your automotive repair needs on Copper Ridge Drive. Doc's Auto Clinic. New ownership. Going to be worked to this near side. Nice possession for the ERIE Tigers. Didn't amount to even a shot at frame. They do get it right back, though. A little chip through. Rolls into the 18 and harmlessly to the possession of Charlie Welch. He's just going to take his time as he comes out to the top of the big box. And eventually we'll just gather that one in. He was waiting for a little bit of pressure, but didn't receive it. Punts one up. Big heaving kick there from Welch. Now it's going to come through. Nice little run here from Webster. Followed up by Reisman. Reisman going to get around a defender. He's onto his off-foot shot there. Stopped by Porsche. A nice job from Porsche on another angling play there. Reisman got away from a defender, kind of crossed him over, and ended up having them run into each other a little bit almost. Opened up the opportunity. It was his off foot. Let one fly. Good job staying over the ball on that. And from Peyton Porsche, who has been definitely the more active of the netminders here for either squad. And he's been equal to the task thus far. This ball becomes a throw-in on the near side as the defenders for ERIE had just about enough of that attack for the Sailors. They'll slow things down a bit. That also gives Steamboat an opportunity to sub out as Mendoza comes back into the game here. And with his first taste of action on the evening, Christopher Waters has checked in, an early contender for best shoes of the game. He's wearing some highlighter. Is that orange? Give me some help. Is that orange? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. This throw-in going to be kicked right away by ERIE. Here's Sandvik now on the near sideline. They say he kept it alive, but he's going to be dispossessed on a good little tackle from the Tigers lead left wing. Doesn't amount to anything. The Sailors do take it back, and Steamboat tries to possess. It'll be a nice little through ball. Great feed there. And chasing this one down is Waters, his first touch of the day. Waters tries to turn the corner, looking to keep it alive. No, it does not stay in play. Becomes a goal kick, and Porch will take this one. Nice feed, though. Great look on the long through ball there for the Steamboat squad. Porch will set this up on the near side of the 6 and kick it away once more. And you can see already that there's definitely going to be a certain level of fatigue here. I've talked about it a couple times, but it's a pretty warm day, and the Sailors are dealing with temperatures that are predominantly in the 60s and 70s right now lately in Steamboat, so having to acclimate somewhat. That'll sometimes take a half, and make sure that you hydrate plenty. Opportunity for another throw in here as Erie is able to clear out a dangerous play for the Sailors up this near sideline. Becomes a toss, but once more we have another whistle and another substitution coming from the Steamboat sideline, as looks like that might be Davenport checking into the game. So Coach Bowman getting a lot of people involved here in the early stages of this one. Davenport right away gets the touch on the ball as he gets the throw. Looks like he may be cycling in and out of that right outside back and middle back position. Looks as though they say that was off a Steamboat player. Erie with the throw from the near sideline. 15 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Still scoreless from Longmont High School. This one bounces off the outside of Keegan Wolver's noggin and goes out of play. Right about the midfield line, we've got a toss for Davenport. Keeps it alive with a quick little toss up to Waters. Off a defender and out. Right in front of the Erie bench, it's Davenport to have another go. He lets this one fly. Looked like it may have been a high challenge. They're not going to whistle it down. The coach is trying to see why that was not blown dead. And Davenport keeps it alive for your Sailors. Working it to Nolan Laird. Laird has time and space. Going to just kick this one through the big circle. Finds the foot of awaiting Campbell McLaren. Out to the far side of the pitch. Got away from Adams. And Erie will have a quick throw-in from the far side of the field of play. Sailors looking a little bit sharper on some of their passing plays. I know from that game that was not too long ago, I think it was the Summit game, they ended up losing 2-1 at home. I was on that call, and some of their passes were just a little bit lackadaisical, a little slow. So they've definitely picked that piece of their game up here in the early goings of this matchup against Erie. 14 minutes left here, half number 1. You are tuned in to Steamboat Sailors Boys Soccer on KTYV 105.7 and online at steamboatradio.com. You can also live stream this one on the Steamboat Sailors Athletics page on YouTube. Looked like that one just got away from the Erie defender. Now a quick whistle and a substitution being made here for the hometown Tigers. Throwing from the attacking third for Erie. Again, they haven't really been able to mount too much in terms of the form of attack. Really the best opportunity came from Latessa on a run that he was actually chased down on. He didn't get any shot on frame. So the Sailors have done a good job to this point, defending, and just as I say it, it caroms off a few different bodies and ends up in the hands of Charlie Welch. Very nearly an opportunity there for some attack from Erie, but nothing comes of it. Work the other direction in a hurry. Overlap play once more. This was Nolan Laird. He gets it tackled away from his possession. Now Davenport loses a chance at it as well. And long through ball that Sandvik is going to eventually run down. Very dangerous little play there, but would have amounted to nothing as that was an offsides. And this ball will come all the way out to the 30-yard line relative to the football markings that we see. That's American football. Nice switch. Good job. I was going to tell you guys to probably like swap out there, you know. Big coach over here. 12:34 to go in this first half of play. Still scoreless from Longmont High School. I want to thank Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig, member FDIC. Also Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice, the homeowner's friend. You can go see Cody and the gang at Alpine Lumber for all your building needs. Chance from the near side for a throw, and Davenport could not quite connect. He was looking for the foot of Christopher Waters. Instead, Erie takes over. They'll just work this to the top of their own 18. Sent up that right flank. Looks like a Steamboat player went down, and then down again after recovering his feet. Erie trying to attack, but nobody home. Thanks so much. And it goes all the way into the hands of Welch. Welch doing his best impersonation of a quarterback, sending it up that far side. Able to at least initially get it to Adams, but it gets kicked off of his feet and becomes a quick throw-in for the Steamboat Sailors. 11 and a half minutes left here. We got first half action from Longmont High School. Again, about 20 miles up the road from Erie, but there was a little bit of a sports overlap, so they had something going on at the Erie High School, and so moved this one up to Longmont. Not too bad of a journey, though, and a nice little pitch out there for all the future players, like the JV team who's playing right after. Pretty nice. Got some feel on there, but of course I'm wearing flip-flops, so who's to say? Also, I've never played soccer, so that doesn't help either. I don't know. 11 minutes left here in this first half of play. The toss comes from the far side. Your Sailors trying to find a little bit more attack. So in the first 20 minutes or so of this half, we saw a lot of opportunities from the Steamboat Sailors, if you're just tuning in. And Peyton Porsche has just been phenomenal. He has been standing on his head and definitely made some saves that not a lot of keepers would. Kept it scoreless. It's been a little bit more back and forth here in the last 10 minutes or so. Nothing really big from the Erie side in terms of an attack. The Sailors have done an excellent job swarming defensively. And a quick whistle here. It'll be a free kick for the Erie Tigers just inside the big circle. He's going to restart it quick. A lot of time and space on that far side of the pitch. And a man steps into a shot, but a great effort there from Olin Webster as the left attack got back there, put the pressure on, and Benton Bradford did not see him coming in from just behind his left shoulder. Bradford will take the toss from the far side, and it's a high one into the 18. Caroms off of a defender, I believe. Yes, indeed, they say corner kick. First one of the day for the Erie Tigers. The Sailors had two back-to-back earlier in half one. They both happened, I think it was inside of 10 or 15 seconds, but they have not had one since. However, they have been pressing. Here's Erie. Again, this is kind of where we get a little bit nervous as a Steamboat fan base. They look to be a real strong set-piece team. That said, they took it from the far side, caromed off of a defender's noggin and out of play, so we will have a throw-in for the Tigers. Sailors able to at least nullify that first piece of the attack, but there's still 9 minutes left in this one. Throw-in came. Sandvik does an excellent job of clearing this one out. However, it is Bradford who had it for a moment, then gets dispossessed of the ball. Worked upfield, there's Reisman. Very nearly stumbles over the ball, recovers his footing, and will just slide it outside. Sailors trying to push this one up the field of play. Olin Webster couldn't get a touch on the ball. Now Reisman has it again. Reisman looking for that through, but a little bit too much on it. And it will be Porsche who ends up falling on the ball. Peyton Porsche to the middle of the field here, top of the 18. Looks like he'll try to kick this one away. Waiting for a little bit of a press from his attacking three. Again, the Tigers in kind of a 3-3-4 right now. They've got, more often than not, two midfielders that are kind of holding midfielders. Really not pressing too much. They're that counterattack team that looks for some of the set pieces, but they've been unsuccessful in finding too many chances at it. Just one corner so far. Here come the Sailors. Having checked back into the game, it is Sturgis. Keeps this one alive. Finds his mark in the middle of the pitch. Work to the near side, and a little touch back to Sturgis, who goes shoulder to shoulder and very nearly took a piggyback ride on Riley Hall, but it's going to be a goal kick. Substitutions available, and Hayden looks like he's going to be checking back into the game for the Steamboat Sailors. Really nice job, I'd say, from the coaching staff. We've talked about it already, but you all make sure in climate like this that you're keeping everybody fresh, getting them cycled in and out of the game, but also allow them plenty of opportunity to get inside of the game and create some chances and not just be subbing them out. Again, I'm just making stuff up. It sounds really good, though. Opportunity from the near side for Tigers throw. Quick substitution on that side of the ball as well as Tyler Hoffman comes into the game for Erie. And now, here we'll have a chance. Long ball attempt up that right wing, but nobody home. Charlie Welch initially struggled with that one, ends up diving on the loose ball. And we have ticked down to the last 7 minutes of play here in this first half of action from Longmont High School. Do want to thank Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop where you always meet by accident, bringing you the collision of the game. Also, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, helping you and the Sailors get a good night's sleep. Come in for a test nap today at Loggers Lane. Erie cannot follow up with possession as they had a heavy first touch. Throwing from the near side, Davenport to take it. He's going to heave this one forward to Sturgis. Nice little touch on the ball there from Sturgis. Follow-up chance again, and he just kind of misfired. I think he thought Reese John was going to be cutting to the middle there. Hayden will touch this one outside, overlap from Adams. Up now to Reisman. Reisman coming one-on-one. He stumbles again, regains his feet. Cannot keep possession, though. It is going to be taken. Nice job from Webster. He's kind of running all over the pitch here today. Owen Webster having a good little game for the Steamboat squad, although he's not been able to get anything at frame as of yet. But he's creating. I got it. I'm just getting old, that's all. Peyton Porsche sets this one up on a 6 far side and will survey options down the field of play. And this is kind of where I'm talking about it. This is intercepted by Sturgis, nearly turned upfield to Reese John. And all of a sudden, it's going to go an opportunity for the Tigers. Shot on a quick little turn. That is at frame, stopped by Welch with relative ease. And with 5:20 left in this first half of play, he'll punt one up. That'll carry him, and the 50-50 ball goes off a defender for Erie and out of play. But back to that goal kick, that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. If you're just tuning in, this Erie team content to sit back and really stay behind the ball. Even when they have certain chances at possession, they like to try and build from the back, but they really don't press too terribly much. That said, they do have a pretty sound defensive system. The Sailors had their chances early on in the game, but the Tigers' defense held, and they've settled a little bit more into it and been able to nullify some chances. Sturgis looks like he will be subbed back off of the pitch, and coming in instead is Peterson. So, again, Coach Bowman and company making sure that they have fresh legs out there to keep pressing here in this first half of play as we tick down to just 4.5 minutes left. Going to be directed upfield once more. This chance is going to come from the far side. It's Latessa. He's in. Now cuts and stops on the ball. Tries to make a move around a defender. He does. Touches it to the back post. Shot and a goal. Wow. Holy moly. That was just a great piece of effort from Jacoby Latessa. Looks like Bradford gets the goal. And Latessa was really the marquee player on that one. And just like that, the counterpunch able to connect for the Erie Tigers. It's a 1-0 game here in the late stages of half one. They gave that to Bradford. Bradford settles. Tries to get it upfield. Davenport was in the way. Taken by Erie. They're going to work this one on a long ball. Nobody home, and Latessa will just let that one roll into the 18. Welch waits there. Picks this one up and eventually just tosses it forward for himself. 3:47 left. He's going to get this up the right flank. And he was looking for a little bit more speed there from Peterson. Couldn't quite connect on it. Now it's going to be challenged for by Adams at the far side of the field of play. Taken instead, though, by Margeste. Sent as they switch the pitch to the near side. And waiting for it there was Bradford. Eventually, though, he'll be knocked off the ball, and I believe a free kick coming up here for Erie, just inside the midfield line, the Steamboat side of that midfield line. About a yard inside the sideline as well. Taking this kick is going to be Quinn Bargeste. Bargeste lets it fly. Lost his footing, though, on the kick attempt, so it kind of was off the mark. Now it's Hayden trying to contend for it for your Sailors. Finds his mark. Nice little play on that one from Peterson. Chip through from Peterson. He's got his man. Reese John's going to try and chase it down. Kicked out away from him. Nice defense by Cam Berry. And eventually we'll have an attacking third toss from the near sideline. Ticking down to under 2:40 left here in the first half of play. And a quick little substitution for your Steamboat Sailors. Whistles are blowing, not sure what's going on here.
Hey, work now, get tight.
And now we are set to resume. Throw-in comes for the Sailors. It's Hayden. Touches it back, couldn't connect with Davenport. Another opportunity, though, is it was an Erie defender who got in the lane there and kicked it free. So a toss from the near sideline once more. Deja vu play. Sailors will try to find some offense here in the waning moments of this first half. Not going to connect on that either. Reese John, the intended target. And Brian Peterson, best be careful. He's going to be getting real tired carrying that ball right over his head on the throw-in. Jokes aside, we're back underway with a shot from just outside. Reisman has a chance, tries to get around a defender. Couldn't quite do it. Nice little touch back into the 18. Ball bouncing between the defensive players and eventually cleared out in an earned corner here with 95 seconds left. And your Steamboat Sailors now trying to set piece here in the last minute plus of time on the clock. 1-0 score. Erie on top of Steamboat. It's going to be Reisman. He'll try and go short. And that one is knocked out by an Erie defender. Follow-up play from Adams. Too many laces under the ball, and that one goes wide and a little bit high. Goal kick coming up for Peyton Porsche. Just about 65 seconds remaining. Porsche in no particular hurry to get this one set. He'll fire it up from the far side of his 6. Steps back off the ball. And we'll come into it with a play up that far sideline. Did initially connect with Benton Bradford. This is all very confusing. There's 2 number 1s on this team. I don't know what's going on. Sailors are going to have a chance at it. They don't have much time to work with. They don't have to quite sprint to positioning just yet. 30 seconds left. This is a long ball. Reese John, very nearly in the vicinity. Now Adams tries to shoulder it into the 18. There's a chance from Sandvik as well. It's still free. John, right in the area. Taken now and a shot from Reisman as he volleyed it out of the air. That one didn't get past the slew of defenders, and eventually it's going to be worked forward. Whistle blows. They're giving that one against Mendoza. Wow. Interesting whistle there. And it'll all be for naught. We've come to the end of half one. 1-0 score. The Erie Tigers on top of your Steamboat Sailors. We will be back with the second half of action. This is Steamboat Sailors Soccer on KTYV 105.7 and online at steamboatradio.com.
Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank,
Alpine Lumber,
the Steamboat Roofing Company,
I Furnish,
Mountain West Insurance,
Switchback Sports,
Mountain Eye Works,
Doc's Auto Clinic,
Mountain Mattress and Furniture,
Bussel's Auto Salon,
the Paoli Group,
Steamboat Ace Hardware,
and the all-new Steamboat Motors.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and steamboatradio.com.
I'm Terry.
And this is Phil.
From Russell's Auto Salon.
If you need help with your auto collision repair, we make it easy. Just bring me an email and a claim number, and I'll take care of the rest.
Russell's Auto Salon, Colorado's premier collision center, leading the industry in technology, where we have gone green with Enviro-based paint, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors Sports.
Russell's Auto Salon, where we always meet by accident. 879-1515.
Russell's Auto Salon.
879-1515.
Hi, I'm PJ Wharton, president of Yampa Valley Bank, and I want you to know how proud we are to sponsor this Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast on KTYV Sports on the FM. Steamboat Sailor fans are the best, and we support our sailors on the turf, the court, the pitch, and even the track. If you can't be there to cheer our sailors on in person, Yampa Valley Bank is thrilled to provide this broadcast just for you. Go Steamboat, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Managing local land involves balancing resources such as agriculture, water, and wildlife. I'm Brian Ripley, and I have over 16 years of experience managing ranch resources as your neighbor here in Routt County. I'm the Ranch and Rural Property Specialist for the Paoli Group with the support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your trust in someone that has the practical experience and knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the ranch division.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Ethan Griffith. I'm number 65 and I play right back. I've played soccer for about 3 years. My team goal is to get better at passing and personal goal is to get a better first touch. During the summer, went to camp, hung out with friends, and hung out with family. I used to play baseball, but I don't anymore, but I'm still really interested in it. My favorite subject in school is math and science. I plan to go to the Air Force Academy and become a pilot. And my favorite movie is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I'm Ethan Griffith, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Spring Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hi, this is Tony with iFurnish, Steamboat's newest furniture store. We've been in Summit County for 15 years, and we're excited to bring fashionable, affordable furniture to the long-time locals of Steamboat. Whether you're looking to furnish a rental, remodeling, or just want an updated look, we've got it. We've got 11,000 square feet, carry bunk beds, sleepers, dining room sets, recliners, and much more. We're proud to be your local, family-owned furniture store right here in Steamboat.
Stop by our new location at 1855 Shield Drive in Steamboat, or visit ifurnishco.com.
Managing local land involves balancing resources such as agriculture, water, and wildlife. I'm Brian Ripley, and I have over 16 years of experience managing ranch resources as your neighbor here in Routt County. I'm the Ranch and Rural Property Specialist for the Paoli Group with the support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your trust in someone that has the practical experience and knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the Ranch Division.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailor Sports Broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski, bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailor Sports sponsors.
See you out there.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hi, my name is Reese John, and I'm number 7, and I play striker. I've been playing soccer for about 12 years. My goals for the season is just to score lots of goals and have fun with the team. I like doing school and hanging out with friends and just hanging out by the river in town. My favorite subject is math, and I'm just good at it, so I find it fun to do. I went to the East Coast this summer and went to New York and Boston.
Like better, Boston or New York?
I think I like Boston a lot.
Cool.
Yeah. I hope to travel after I graduate and go play college soccer somewhere. And then my favorite movie is Grown Ups. And then I'm Reese John, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Spring Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Steamboat Ace is a proud sponsor of the Steamboat Sailors. That's not the only way Ace supports the kids in our community.
Hi, Bridget here from Steamboat Ace. We are so proud to be a part of the Steamboat community. It's our priority to support and encourage positive activities and hobbies for our youth.
How do you do that?
In addition to local scholarships, Ace invites the sailor community to fundraise for their activity or club by providing a great venue and supplies to host a hot dog or bake sale.
I love it. Every weekend I can shop at Ace and support a great cause.
Steamboat Ace, you're proud to support the Steamboat Sailors shopping place.
Steamboat Motors is Northwest Colorado's premier Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership. Whether you're in the market for new or pre-owned, Steamboat Motors will find you the perfect vehicle that both fits your needs and budget, all in their no-pressure environment. For a limited time, you can custom order your brand new ride at Steamboat Motors with just $1 down. So come see why Steamboat Motors is a consistent J.D. Power Award winner. West Steamboat on Highway 40 and online at steamboatmotors.com.
Hi, Jason Bongiorno here for Doc's Auto Clinic. The rumors are true. Doc retired and I jumped at the chance to take over this wonderful business. No big changes here. The 25-year tradition continues. Great service, outstanding mechanics, state-of-the-art equipment, and most importantly, fair, honest advice. We will also soon be tackling electric vehicles. For the best auto repair service anywhere in the Yampa Valley, it's Doc's Auto Clinic. Taking care of you and your family by taking care of your car. Call 970-871-1346 or book online at docsautoclinic.com.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Sean Davenport, and my number is 20, and I play defense. I've been playing soccer for about 10 years now, and my team goals for the season is just to come together as a team and win some games. Personally, I'm hoping to prove to myself, my coaches, and my team that I'm deserving of a lot of time on varsity. Other sports I do, I like to ski and bike, not competitively, but I just like to do it for fun. My favorite subject in school is probably math, because it's the only thing I'm any good at. Over the summer, I biked, surfed, and hiked a lot, which was a lot of fun. My plans for graduating is going to college. That's about as far as that goes. My favorite movie, let's go with Blades of Glory. That's a pretty good one. I surfed in North Carolina.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Big waves?
Medium waves, yeah, let's go with that. All right. I'm Sean Davenport, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Spring Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank,
Alpine Lumber,
the Steamboat Roofing Company,
I Furnish,
Mountain West Insurance,
Switchback Sports,
Mountain Eye Works,
Doc's Auto Clinic,
Mountain Mattress and Furniture,
Bustle's Auto Salon,
the Paoli Group,
Steamboat Ace Hardware,
and the all-new Steamboat Motors.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM and 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Vlad and Chase along for the ride here. It is Steamboat Sailors Boys Soccer on KTYV 105.7, online as well at SteamboatRadio.com. I am sending it back to the studio for a brief moment here in just a second. I'll give a quick wrap up. Sailors came out first 20 minutes of play here in half one. They were dominant. They had a bunch of really, really golden opportunities. I would say Peyton Porsche was phenomenal. Definitely the star of the game so far for this Erie squad. He made a number of saves that he just had no business making. It was real fun to watch for sure. However, the Erie team defensively as well, they were able to adjust and kind of settle into their game, and eventually they turned around a quick counterattack, and it was Jacoby Latessa kind of leading the charge. He ended up finding Benton Bradford on a great back post play. Bradford just beating the outstretched hands of a diving Charlie Welch, and it is a 1-0 game. The Erie Tigers on top. We'll see what the Sailors can bring here in half number 2 to the studio for a quick 30 seconds, and then we will be back for the opening kickoff of this second stanza of play. We're here from Longmont High School. It's your Steamboat Sailor Sports Connection on KTYV 105.7 and on the World Wide Web at SteamboatRadio.com.
Attention hunting guides and outfitters. You're exposed to a wide range of risks. Does your insurance policy provide you with a wide range of coverage? They know you need coverage at the camp, on the trail, and everywhere you take your clients. Plus, they can get your business bonded. You focus on a successful hunt, Mountain West Insurance will make sure you're covered. No one knows guide and outfitter insurance like Mountain West Insurance. Stop by their offices in Craig, Steamboat, and Meeker. Mountain West Insurance.
As promised, right back with you here. And we are gearing up as both teams shake out some of the lactic acid that may have built up over the course of that 10-minute halftime. And we'll get ready to go here. And things are looking pretty good. I mean, the Sailors down 1-0 right now. And you never like playing from behind, but I would imagine that the whole coaching staff there really had some good words for him during that halftime break, because Steamboat, again, as I said, if you didn't hear, I mean, they had some really dominant stretches. That first 20 minutes of play, they were flying all over the field. Officials now trying to usher both teams on in a more move with purpose fashion. But like I said, we'll see what the Steamboat Sailors come back with. Not a ton to change. I think they had their chances that they'd earned for sure. And again, if you're the coaching staff, you've got to be happy with a lot of what you saw. As we are just about geared up and ready to go. The Erie Tigers going into the huddle for a quick break. The Sailors doing the same. In this second half of play, Steamboat will be right to left on KTYV 105.7 and online at SteamboatRadio.com. I'm hoping that these boys will come back and do a little bit more a little bit more filming for me, because right now, as it stands, nobody here, which isn't great for the whole streaming purpose of things. Peyton Porsche stretching some stuff out there. He's walking back to the goal, and like I said, he's probably been the star of the game here for this Erie squad. To this juncture, at least, he has made some really phenomenal saves. Reisman hit the crossbar once, and then he had this one play in close where he got just enough touch on a volley, and I thought he was going to beat the goalie, but man, Porsche somehow came up with enough of a touch is what a nutch means. So it was a nice little combination word for you, but he had just enough of a touch to send that one wide, so all kudos to him. Sailors will look to bounce back. They are, again, right to left here in their away white uniforms, black numbers and trim. It does make my job exponentially easier with that black and white differentiating. Steamboat will open up with a quick little tackle on a 50-50 ball. Eventually, though, it came free, and here's Erie once again. And leading the Chargers, Jacoby Latessa. He is definitely one of the strongest players here overall game-wise on this Erie team. Here comes Reese John. He's going to try and go for the off-foot shot. That one looks like it will become a goal kick as he sends it well over frame, and eventually I think that one actually bounced out of the stadium, so that will have to be chased down by one of the ball boys. Peyton Porsche will take this one for this hometown Erie squad. Up 1-0 against your Steamboat Sailors. Just underway, 60 seconds gone in half number 2. Ends up coming free of everybody, and it will go across the sideline. Sailors will have it. Quick toss. That one comes down to Adams. Adams to the middle. He finds the middle attacker. It's Reese John, who has spent most of his time here this morning, and now what has become afternoon in just about 2 minutes up front. Sailors Reisman able to chase that one down. Great work there just to stay alive. And Reisman battling through, but he's unsuccessful in his bid to either earn a corner or a chance to center. 3 corners for the Sailors in half 1. Just 1 for the Erie Tigers. Quick toss to Reisman. Great little move there to get free. Reisman rips one. Stopped there by Porsche. Nice little job from Charlie Reisman to even open up a chance like he had, and it all came off really controlling that ball so well on the initial toss. Now Sandvik goes up, and that's going to be a foul against Erie. Sailors will have a free play at this ball. 2 minutes gone now in the half. Do want to thank Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank, with locations in Steamboat and Craig, member FDIC. Also Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice, homeowner's friend. You can go see Cody and the gang at Alpine Lumber for all your building needs. Worked out to Reisman once more. He looks for where his help's coming from. Instead, sends one up the field of play. Touched back, looking for John. John just couldn't quite get to it. Nice little one-touch play from Olin Webster. And it's followed up by Reisman once again to Webster. Webster tries to cross. That one headed out by an Erie defender. And it looks as though we've got back and forth offsides play there from a Steamboat player. So free kick coming up from the top of the 18, and it looks like it's going to be Porsche who will come out to play this one for the Erie squad. No movement up front. The kick comes. It's going to be settled by the Tigers. Taken back by Steamboat. Worked up. Reese John trying to challenge. Looking to head this one forward. He couldn't. Touches it outside. And it was a little bit too heavy of a touch there as Reisman couldn't quite chase it down. Throw-in coming up now for Erie. Tigers from the near side. Toss comes in. Adams just missed on that play. It's going to be Latessa. Worked upfield once more by Erie. Far side, they tried to switch the pitch. Nice little job, though, from Steamboat getting back defensively. Now going to be headed on by the Tigers. Sturgis right there in battling for Steamboat. And eventually Reese John comes to the near side. Can't quite chase it down. It did go off an Erie defender last. John says he's open. He gets the ball quick. That one from Adams. John tries to turn it to the outside. Now trying to come up the left wing here. He's going one-on-one deep, sending one off of a defender and out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick for the Sailors. First one here in half number 2. So Steamboat with a good chance on a set piece. Reisman and Mendoza both in there for the Sailors, creating options for this team, donning the white away uniforms, black numbers and trim. Reisman floats one back post, hits a defender. Great effort there from Erie. Mendoza's battling for it, comes free now. A shot there is blocked off as Olin Webster let one fly. A little touch, cheeky play there from the back line, and couldn't quite connect. I believe that one came off of the foot of Sabet, and Timothy Sabet just sent it wide. Goal kick coming up here for the Erie Tigers. 1-0 score for the hometown Erie squad. 5 minutes gone now here in this second half of play. The Sailors opening it up much the same way we saw them open half 1, and that is with chances. Just as I say that, Tigers trying to contend, and a little bit too much shoulder action there from Lucas Zerdich. And it's a whistle, foul, free kick, and a quick turn the other direction. Free kick now for Erie as the Sailors tried to restart. And it was a little bit too quick even for their own minds. Too much going on in between the ears. Chance at what could become a set piece. Sent in. Welch is out there. He punches it free. Ran into his own player, it looks like. A little miscommunication. Sandvik slow to get up. And he is hobbling a little bit. Now gets into a jog and looks a little bit worse for wear after that collision with his own keeper. Sandvik steps into one. Lets it fly. He's kind of gripping onto his right leg. And I think that he may have to take a moment here to examine himself. Welch able to get to this free ball. 33:53 remaining in the game. 1-0 score. Erie Tigers on top right now of your Steamboat Sailors. Ball worked up far side. Good job here from Webster. Great job from Olin keeping it alive. No! They say it went out of bounds. I thought Olin had kept that one free, and that was a good-looking play. But unfortunately, the line judge, which was right in the perfect position, no arguments, he was right there, deems that they go out of play. 33:24 left here in this second and final half of play. Want to make Mountain Mattress and Furniture, helping you and the Sailors get a good night's sleep? Come in for a test nap today at Loggers Lane. Also, Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop. We always meet by accident, bringing you the collision of the game, which we may have just had a contender for, and it was unfortunately 2 Steamboat players, Charlie Welch and none other than Eric Sandvik, his right center back. Going to be taken by Steamboat. Sailors have this. Reese John, nice header. He's got a man coming in, and the shot will not count. I don't know about this. They say offsides. Sturgis got in behind the defense. What a play from Reese John. Great header. And they say Sturgis was just a step too early on that one. He ended up tucking it past Peyton Porsche, but no goal on that as the whistle had blown for the offsides infraction. 32-17 remaining. 1-0 score. Erie on top. And Reisman gets into a lane, headed along by Reese John. Reisman takes over, touches it into John, makes a move around a defender, let a shot fly, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Steamboat. Second one here of half number 2, 5th of the game. Sailors taking it from the far side of the field to play. Mendoza is out there. Looks like Reisman now will stay kind of in the middle of the field here. Not creating too much chance right now. Mendoza here on a header from John. Ball is down. It is kicked around and eventually comes back to John, who lets another one fly. And another corner kick. Nice job from the Erie defenders getting in the lane, but the Sailors are causing a little bit of havoc here just inside the 18. And they've got a third corner here of half number 2 with 31:15 to go. Mendoza gonna float another one. He's got John in the area. And then it's going to be taken by Erie. Again, not clear. Reisman sends this one into the stratosphere. Charlie Reisman stepped into it and is unsuccessful in getting that one on goal. Quick substitution. Looks like Sandvik is still kind of holding on. Now it's onto his left leg, so I think he really just got beat there by Charlie Welch, who may have come down on him a little bit. I don't know that he necessarily stepped on him, but the body collided, and Sandvik's going to try and just kind of stretch this one out. Sailors can't quite keep that one alive. Off an Erie player. Sturgis trying to get a quick little restart on the throw. He can't quite do it. Now gets help. Tosses in. Looking for John. Gets a header on frame. Stopped by Porsche. Hayden Porsche is just having himself a heck of a game right now for this Erie team. Long ball from Porsche. Taken by the Sailors for at least a moment. Latessa is in there battling. Good pressure from Latessa, but a better job from the Sailors to at least work this one up the field of play. Sturgis coming back to try and apply a little bit of back help, and the Steamboat squad not able to possess here. So you're looking at about half an hour left in this game, just under now, and Erie with the 1-0 lead. The Sailors have had such dominant stretches in it, though. You hope they can just keep pressing like they are, and eventually you'd think he'd break through. Peyton Porsche doing his best to not let that happen in a bid for a shutout. Worked up to Reese John. John now sends one, ends up on frame. Porsche controls it with relative ease, but a good job from Reese John to at least turn the hips around and make sure he didn't misfire, forcing Peyton to scoop that one out of the air instead of letting it go out of play. Work this up towards Mendoza. Had a chance at it, taken away from him by Sol Carey. Now Erie trying to go across the midfield line with possession. They get it up to Latessa. He eventually loses it. Taken back by the Erie squad into the big circle they control with some passing. A little chip through there, gets by everybody, and eventually it'll be chased down by Ryan Andrew. Andrew goes back to Charlie Welch, and Welch will just take this, sending it up near side. He's looking for a mark. One skip pass. That's eventually taken down by the Sailors' Owen Webster. Webster gets it up the field to John, and Reese John tried to go back to Webster, couldn't connect. Cleared out by an Erie defender. That one off the foot of Landon Bogg, and it'll be a throw-in right about the midfield line for your Steamboat Sailors. They try to restart quick now. Adams slows it down a bit, sends one that goes over the left shoulder of Reese John on the throw-in, and Erie does take over. 28-17 remaining in what is a 1-0 game. Erie on top of your Steamboat Sailors here on KTYV 105.7. That pass a little bit too far for the intended target, Lucas Zerdich. Zerdich does keep it alive, and they're looking as to why that was not a call on that one. Erie sends one in towards the box. Nice job to shoulder it out. Mendoza gets a second touch on it. Things getting a little bit rougher out there as Erie does settle. And eventually it's worked upfield. This one just skips past the back leg there of Olin Webster. Comes to the near side. Worked up by Dubois. Dubois, of course, the player who forgot his jersey today, usually wearing number 9. Today he's 17. And instead of the normal 17 that he wears, the goal scorer, Benton Bradford, is donning number 1. Welch rolls it up to Charlie Reisman. Reisman's going to try and make a run up this left flank. Now cuts to the middle of the field. Gets challenged. Works it back to Hayden. And Adams, dispossessed on the tackle. Free kick for the Steamboat Sailors. And Reisman steps off now as Welch comes back. Welch is going to take this one. He's 7 yards behind his own midfield line and looking like he may want to attack on this play. Welch, he's got the leg for it, sends one up towards the 18, caroms off a defender's head, and then kicked out by Erie. Hayden settles. Nice job from Will Hayden. Errant play there from the Steamboat Sailors. It's going to be Latessa. Can't get away from a defender. As McLaren does eventually get over there, puts it upfield to Mendoza. Sailors have this one. I mean, again, that's where we've seen it in the early stages of this year so far for the Steamboat Sailors. Sometimes they just get a little bit slow on their passing on that back line. We saw it again there. And when it leads to turnovers and chances like we saw, it's always a little bit of a scary thing. 25:54 remaining as Peyton Porsche has this, and we'll send it up the near side. Mendoza airbound to try and head that one forward. Goes off an Erie player and out, so the Sailors will have a quick toss, but not before we have a substitution. Coming into play is Brian Peterson. Try to see who he's going to take off, and it looks as though it'll be Olin Webster who will take a break, making the long trek around the pitch here. 25-23 to go in this game now as we're into the second half of play. 1-0 score. The Erie Tigers on top of your Steamboat Sailors. Want to thank Yampa Valley Bank, Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig. Member FDIC. Also Alpine Lumber, contractor's choice, homeowner's friend. Go see Cody and the gang at Alpine Lumber for all your building needs. Worked outside as your Sailors try to turn on the Jets in attack mode once again. Charlie Reisman to his right foot. He's into the 18, sends one across, and it comes through. Still alive. Work to John. His shot goes off a defender and out. Corner kick coming up for the Sailors. Fourth one here of the half. You can see they've started to really pour it on and earn themselves some corners. This from the near side. Again, Sailors right to left right now on KTYV 105.7, your Sailors Sports Connection. Mendoza is retying his shoe on the near side. 24-27 remaining. Mendoza going to try and send this short side. Bounces around. Hayden's challenging for it. And eventually it's going to be kicked out by Erie. Mendoza will let this one come down out of play. Throw in Steamboat. Toss comes quick. It's going to be to Sturgis. Tries to cut in. Eventually shouldered off. And a free kick coming up. The Sailors, with a good old run from Jeffrey Sturgis, have earned themselves a penalty kick. And Steamboat with an opportunity, one-on-one here with the tender to tie things up. Charlie Reisman will be the one to take it for your Sailors. Reisman against Porsche. Reisman steps back, penalty kick here. Whistle blows, Reisman's in, fires one home, and the Sailors tie it up 1-1. And it is all knotted here at Longmont High School. Charlie Reisman came right in. Peyton Porsche, none too pleased with that. He was having himself a heck of a game for Erie. Reisman gets the PK that was earned by the run of Sturgis. And your Sailors have knotted up with 24:06 to go here in the game. Substitutions coming in for the Steamboat Sailors as they remain fresh. Now it's going to be Erie. After the restart, taken by the Sailors. Steamboat able to escape aptly. Pass comes near side. Battled for right at the sideline and eventually taken by Reese John. Gets it to Reisman, the goal scorer. Switches the pitch, finding Sandvik, who looks like he has recovered from his brief stint on the sideline where he had to shake out a little hit. Comes back to the near side now. It's Adams with it. Stops on the ball. Gets it back to Reisman. Reisman switches it once more. In the big circle, it's Sandvik. Touches one up. He's got his mark. That's Nolan Laird. Back again to Sandvik. Sandvik to Laird. Laird right around that midfield line. Steamboat just trying to possess. Gotten some connected passes here. Laird goes down. Still no whistle on the play. Comes in and Charlie Reisman will try and chase this down for Steamboat. Fires it up. He's got John. Reese John touches one outside. And Adams able to keep that one alive well. Here comes Adams. He's got John. Reese John turns and fires with the left foot. Couldn't connect. That one hit off of a defender. And then Erie is fouled on that one, and Hayden will have a yellow card issued to him, so Will Hayden will have to check off for the Steamboat Sailors, and Mendoza will come back in. 22:47 remaining here, so a 1-1 game from Longmont High School. Penalty kick from Charlie Reisman tied things up for us just a little bit ago. Want to thank Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more. Knowledgeable advice, helpful service, quality products. West Steamboat. Also Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, trucks with store-to-door service and online at steamboatmotors.com. Also found west of Steamboat on Highway 40. Peyton Porsche will kick this one away. It's an upfield. Erie had a chance at it, taken instead by the Sailors. They'll have an opportunity to throw one in from the near sideline as play resumes. Worked up to Reisman. Came free of everybody. Taken back by Erie. This is Latessa. Bounces around. Eventually Wolver had a chance at it. And Steamboat able to cut this one down. Nice defensive effort. Yeah, I didn't really get anyone to come up for second half action. Was working on one of the JV players. They did not return for action here, Joey. So if you text one of the coaches, they might be able to send one over again, or one of the parents who made the trek down. Long ball attempt. Reese John going to chase it down. He's up the left wing. Turns into the 18. He has an opportunity. He shoots. Big save there from Porsche. What a stop. Reese John with a good run. And the Sailors have earned their 5th corner of the day. Looks as though John, a little worse for wear, may have just kind of been a plant on that. He was trying to position the body for that shot on frame. And that will bring us to a stoppage, John, right around the 6 there of the Erie Tigers. Not sure if that was more quad or if it was a knee. I didn't really see. And again, like I said, I'm not going to try and really talk about it. Reisman helps him up, and John's going to have to sub off. 21:26 remaining here. 1-1 score from Longmont High School. Gingerly, Reese John is getting helped by the coaching staff over towards his own bench. And we will have an opportunity here for a corner kick when things do resume. The Sailors getting some water. All the boys there able to run over to that far side of the pitch and get some H2O in them. Long stretch of 21:26 remaining here in this second half of action from Longmont High School. Like I've told you a few different times, definitely a warm one for Steamboat. Used to some cooler temperatures, especially lately in the valley. It's been around 70. They've been peaking at maybe 80, but any practices the boys have had have started to really come down as evening practices settle into closer to 60 or 70 degrees here. So when you peak at 80 or 90, as we're kind of looking at right now, it's just a little different feel. Worked into the 18 on the corner. Comes out to Reisman, sets, shoots. Oh, too many laces again. They do say that went off an Erie player. Interestingly enough, looks like Charlie Reisman just convinced the center official on that one. I didn't see anything that looked like it went off an Erie player. Now the 6th corner of the second half of play here. Sailors will set from the far side this time. Reisman is out to take it for Steamboat, and he's going to try and loft one back post, looking for a man, almost connected. Sturgis with a little misplay on the ball. Followed up by Adams, sent back in on a cross. Nobody home, and then Steamboat very nearly ran out of players there on the back end. Eventually taken by Nolan Laird. A bit of help from Charlie Reisman on a tackle. Looking for some assistance himself. Comes into the big circle. Whistle blows foul. Free kick coming up for Erie. No thank you, Joey. Always a pleasure. Glad to have you along for the ride. 1-1 score here. 20 minutes remaining now in the second half of play from Longmont High School. Free kick. This Erie team, it's interesting. I mean, they even around the midfield line, they've got some guys with the leg strength to get it in. It's very nearly a set piece. We've seen it 3 or 4 times inside of this game already. Worked up the near side. Contended for off a Steamboat defender, and it'll be a throw in here for Erie right around their attacking third. Looks like a quick substitution as Benton Bradford will check back into the game. He's the goal scorer for this Erie squad. Throw coming from Jack Dubois. Dubois tosses in, bounces around, and the Sailors very nearly miscommunicate themselves into trouble, but Sandvik is able to turn this one up the field. Now Sturgis trying to make a run here for the Sailors, but eventually he is dispossessed. Sturgis in there, gets help as well. Sailors do take it back. Works now to Laird, kicks it outside. Steamboat trying to settle. This is going to be Charlie Reisman. His push forward does not connect, turn the other direction, and Latessa just was not quite ready to make that run. Charlie Welch is out to play it beyond his own 18, really able to activate from his keeper's position, and that just helps out so immensely, especially in a play like that, where he can just curtail any real shot for Latessa to make a run. 18:40 to go here, and ticking down in what's a 1-1 game from Longmont High School. I do want to thank a few of the sponsors, the Paola Group with Steamboat Group Realty. Let Chris Paola and his team help you with all your real estate needs. Paola Group has got you covered. Also, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, providing solutions for all your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance, plus so much more. Whistle blows. It's going to be a free kick here for Steamboat on the far sideline, but first, we've got some substitutions, it looks like, from that far side. Now the center official brings the Sailors back almost 15 yards here to try and get this free kick set. It's about 15 deep from the midfield line. Sailors send one in towards the top of the 18, headed to the near side, and Erie will chase it down, keeping it alive on this near sideline. Good little run made by the Tigers as they come out of their defensive positioning. Sailors do take it back, though. Laird's going to take it for your Steamboat squad. Again, if you're just tuning in on KTYV, Steamboat in their white away uniforms, black numbers and trim, and the Erie squad donning black with white numbers, red trim. 17:21 up on the clock here. 1-1 score from Longmont High School. Do want to thank iFurnish, Steamboat's newest furniture store. Quality furniture and mattresses at great prices. Easy to find on Shield Drive in the old Moxie building. Also Mountain Eyeworks, helping you and the refs see better for all of your eye care needs in Central Park Plaza and online at mountaineyeworks.com. Sailors have had 6 corners here in the second half of Lone, 9 on the day. Erie has had 1, and it came in half 1. Kicked out by the Sailors. Throw in here deep in the attacking half for the Erie Tigers. First goal for Erie scored by Benton Bradford. Second goal of the game was a Steamboat strike. It came on a penalty kick that Charlie Reisman was able to put home, and we stand at 1-1 on the game. As we have moved into the afternoon now. Erie trying to attack Laird, able to curtail that. Nice little nutmeg there from Laird. He gets through a defender, now touches in. He's got Sturgis who turned. He had Charlie Reisman if he had gotten a little bit more on that. Reisman was coming up the left wing looking all alone. Now at the other end, Latessa. He's in a foot race here with Welch. Welch able to get there and pushes one forward. Got taken down by Latessa, and there's some oohs and ahs from the folks who have made their way here. Of course, we're sitting on the Erie side, so always fun to hear some of the extracurriculars from the parentals who have made their way here, as well as other fans. Sailors do take this one back. Worked into Will Hayden, who was checked back into the game after his yellow card. Hayden to Sturgis, outside now to Laird, and Laird is going to take this. He's got Hayden coming up the middle, didn't see him. Oh, Will Hayden looked like he had a lane to run down, but just didn't quite get that communicated faded out to Laird. And then an errant play from Mendoza goes past everyone in white and the sideline. And so we'll have a throw-in from the near side of the field to play. 15-16 on the clock, and you can see some of these players who have played the majority of the game really starting to feel every bit of what has amounted so far to 65 minutes of play. Do want to thank Steamboat Roofing for all your roofing needs. Go to steamboatroofing.com, helping the Sailors raise the roof after every victory. Switchback Sports, proud Steamboat Sailors sports sponsor and sponsoring all your skiing and biking needs. They are downtown on 11th Street. And how can we forget Doc's Auto Clinic? For all your automotive repair needs on Copper Ridge Drive with new ownership. 14:37 to go. 1-1 score. Your Sailors do have the more recent of the goals. It was a PK from Charlie Reisman. Sailors trying to continue their push here in this second half of play. Looks like we don't quite have the ambitious sort. They've made their way down for 2 hours and 45 minutes to watch this, but no help so far. I apologize. Sounds like we're going to be doing predominantly the vocal stylings here for Joey Rind and company, who are back home listening. Had some help from Cade and Trout in that first half of play with the video, and we'll get things ironed out here. Lofty ball and a goal! Charlie Reisman surprises everybody with a shot there, including myself. Reisman tucks home his second of the day, and that one was 10 yards into the attacking half. What a shot from Charlie. Holy Toledo. Reisman makes it 2-1.
Goal scored by number 3, Eric Sandvik.
Oh, I may be getting corrected here per the... I thought that was Charlie. Could have sworn. They're saying Sandvik gets the tally. I'm going to keep it as Reisman. Don't tell anybody. I can look back on that one. I had to look down at my sponsor sheet. I guess we'll go with what they say, huh? Sandvik with the goal, so my apologies on it. But again, he was 10 yards deep into the attacking half, and he was able to loft one in. Beautiful shot from Eric Sandvik, and your Sailors take a 2-1 lead here into the last 13 minutes and change of this game. Will Hayden, ensuing possession, takes it for the Sailors. Pass outside, does not connect. Erie had it for a moment, then Hayden tackles it free. Comes up the near side, giving it to Reisman, inside to Mendoza. Mendoza will just switch the pitch as he finds his mark on the far side. First touch was a little bit heavy there for Steamboat. Erie takes it over. Worked up to Latessa. Chipped through, coming up the field of play. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Looks like we've got help for the last 12 minutes. All right. Charlie Welch going to be taking this inside his own 18. Heaves one up, and at the 50-50 ball right around the midfield line, it's taken by Erie as your Sailors able to come up with it. Oh, bad play, shot there just off the mark. A wide open frame there for Spencer Duffy. The Sailors, with a miscommunication between the ears, just touched one right free to Duffy, who was all alone. Didn't have a ton of time, had to make a one-touch on the play, but sends it just high and wide, and Steamboat avoids what could have been a nightmare on that. 2-1 score. Your Sailors are on top with goals from Reisman on a PK, and then Sandvik from range. Did you see that? Was Eric the goal scorer on that second one?
Charlie.
It was Charlie? That's what I thought. All right, so getting confirmation that Charlie was the goal scorer on the second one as well. So we'll have possession for Steamboat. Just about 11 minutes and change remaining here in the game now. 2-1 lead for your Sailors, who just continued to play their game, which was a fantastic little piece because they had been pushing for the better part of this first 70 minutes. Now Sturgis going to get whistled down, foul and free kick. And it's going to be an opportunity for Erie. Looks like they'll try to push some players forward. Not a whole slew of them, though. They're getting some extra jerseys in the box, but You would think at this juncture of the game they would try and push even more. It's a set piece on a free kick. That one into the 18. Bounces off of some defenders, and eventually Mendoza clears. And he'll just touch this one up into soft spot on the field. Brian Peterson takes over. Gets it up to Reisman. Reisman going to try and cut away from a defender and turn the Jets on and cut the corner. He can't. Reisman now gets his man. It's Sturgis. He's late into the fray, but he is going to have some opportunities here. Sturgis trying to get by a defender, still keeping it alive, serves one up, and a nice play there from Erie as they will clear the danger area. And whistles below as we will have some substitutions here for the Sailors. 10:25 to go. With a 2-1 lead, your Steamboat squad on top trying to lock things down in the final pieces of this second half of play. Do want to thank Steamboat Ace Hardware. Helpful place for hardware, plumbing, grills, and more. Knowledgeable advice, helpful service, quality products. West Steamboat. Whistles blowing. They eventually do stop the clock. Looks like there was an injury there. Not sure. I did not see what happened there. Sailors are going to have this from the far side. Whistle blows. That means we'll resume things here. Toss inside. Oh, very nearly ahead of there. I think Hayden got a noggin on that one. Sent it just wide of frame, though. Great effort from Will Hayden. A great throw from Sturgis on that far side. So Steamboat nearly connecting here in the late stages of it. Instead, it's a Peyton Porsche goal kick. Joy Wren, very happy that we've got some help that's arrived here in the form of one of the players who will be participating in the next game. I'm also thankful, so I appreciate you. We've got 9:32 remaining here in a 2-1 score. Sailors are on top with goals from Charlie Reisman, one at PK, one from range, 10 yards into the attacking half of that midfield line. Here comes a run of his own from Olin Webster. Turns back, gets it to Laird. Laird, one-touch play to Will Hayden. Nice job there, and Hayden going for the chip through, looking for Webster to cut in and can't quite make a run on that. Now a second chance shot there, blocked off. Great little off-foot opportunity from Brian Peterson, and he got every piece of that. Long ball at the other end, taken by Latessa. Latessa can't quite control. You can see he had a few runs in him, but has just been gassed here as the Sailors have played a swarming defensive game on him. Worked all the way back to Charlie Welch. Latessa calling his guy off and is eventually going to watch as Welch sends one up, looking there for Sturgis. Sturgis couldn't quite get free, and Jeffrey Sturgis has to pull up now as it is a long through ball attempt from Erie that will eventually work its way all the way down to Charlie Welch. He'll take it back into the 18 and scoop it up. 8.5 minutes to go here in the game. 2-1 score. Your Steamboat Sailors are on top as Welch punts this one away. Sturgis far side of the field. Settles and gives it off. This is Reisman now. Great touch through to Olin Webster. Tried to turn on that ball. Couldn't quite get his initial touch to work for him, though. Erie does keep it alive. Headed then by a Steamboat player far sideline, and eventually foul called against Steamboat. Free kick coming up here for the Tigers. Do want to thank Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks with store-to-door service and online at steamboatmotors.com. You can find them west of Steamboat on Highway 40. And of course, the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty. Let Chris Paoli and his team help with all your real estate needs. The Paoli Group has got you covered. 50-50 ball taken by the Sailors. Once more, it's Reisman. Touches one forward. Turn back the other direction. Tigers can't quite control, though, on a second touch. Worked out to Laird, and Laird comes free of one man, then two. Comes to the big circle, finds Reisman, who just slows it down. Charlie Reisman now outside. Finds his mark, looks like that's McLaren, and McLaren gets the ball back on a give-and-go play. Right back again to Sturgis, and Jeffrey Sturgis will try for a long ball. He's looking to Webster, but a little ambitious on that one. 7:05 left here in the game. Sailors do have another possession, though, as Will Hayden takes it, gives it to Reisman. And he'll just slowly get it up to Jeffrey Sturgis. Makes a nice little play at the far side. Eventually ran himself right out of real estate. And it'll be a throw in here in their defensive third for the Erie Tigers, who've got multiple players kind of looking towards who this is going to be for a substitution. 6:37 left now in what has been a great half of play from the Steamboat Sailors. They've earned 6 corners. They've got 2 strikes that have gotten past Peyton Porsche, and the storyline has shifted drastically from what was an amazing play from Porsche in that first half to now all of a sudden a challenge. The Sailors right there almost able to connect. Goal kick coming up, but it was Porsche who really just headlined that first half, and it's the Sailors' resiliency and continuation with the game plan that has really come alive in half 2. 6 minutes to go, and a goal kick for the Erie squad. Do want to thank Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, providing solutions for all your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance, plus so much more. As well as I Furnish, Steamboat's newest furniture store. Quality furniture and mattresses at great prices, easy to find on Shield Drive in the old Moxie building. Porsche able to get to that ball first. Owen Webster was contending with him, but Porsche fired one that goes out of play. Owen Webster looks a little bit shaken up here, but he will continue to battle through. 5:24 remaining. Your Sailors on top 2-1. This is going to be under the foot there of Webster and maybe cramping a little bit. The pass off the foot of Brian Peterson. Erie will have another throw in here deep in their own half of play. 5 minutes on the clock as Steamboat trying to lock it down defensively. They've done an excellent job so far through the game. That one goal that we saw in the first half came from Benton Bradford, but it was really Latessa who earned every piece of that goal for the Erie squad with a great run, and then he found Bradford on the back door. Now Erie looking to try and find a set piece again. This one is that interesting play. They've got the leg strength to get it in from the midfield line. This is going to be lofted up into the 18. Caroms off of one head, then 2, then 3. Settled by Steamboat and cleared out of the danger area on the near sideline. So an attacking third throw-in coming up here for Erie. Tigers with a quick restart. They just toss it to some free area. Dubois' pass intercepted by Will Hayden. He'll go up that right flank with a quick little play, trying to find Peterson. Eventually, though, it's Erie who takes it. Touched forward, and the Tigers, with a resounding cheer from the near sideline, tried to find a little bit of offense. They can't do it, though. Cleared out by Steamboat, throwing far side now for Erie. 3:51 to go. Probably some of the better opportunities that we've seen from Erie, at least at some sustained pressure here as the Sailors on their heels, but your Steamboat squad up 2-1. Cleared out once more. This one is going to be a quick throw from the near sideline now. Dubois to take it. Tosses one towards that 18. Contended for. Battled and eventually cleared up, and Charlie Reisman turned to clear but couldn't. That was Bradford who gets taken down. Steamboat watches on, no whistle. Erie continues to possess. Now eventually it's Owen Webster. Dispossessed by Dubois. And then a nice job from Adams just to get this one up the field of play. 3:12 left. This is Peyton Porsche out to play. Gets his own defensive player there, and they build from the back. You can see they've transferred just 3 guys on the back line now as they push. Here's Latessa. Coming up one-on-one. Cuts free of a man. Passes behind his intended target, though it eventually does end up with Branford. Into the 18, they slide. Battled for right around the top of the 18, and this high ball is going to come down to Latessa near side. Work to Dubois. Tried to chip one in. Headed along, but that's going to go off a defender, and the Sailors do watch on as Reisman kicks one up the field of play. And Steamboat able to settle in the big circle. It's Owen Webster getting it to Reisman. Reisman had a man that looked like he also had a lane, but Peterson was not seen on that one. Reisman gets it again. Chip through outside, looking for Laird. Couldn't connect on that give-and-go play. Now Adams steps into a lane. He pushes one forward, and eventually it's going to go all the way back to Charlie Welch, who can take this to his 18. He will, and eventually falls on that with 2:05 left here in the game. 2-1 score. Your Sailors on top. Welch looks like have to wait as substitutions being made on both sides. Not sure what the stoppage of time was for. Center official comes back. He'll drop this ball. That'll resume play here. 1:59 on the clock with the stoppage. And Welch picks this one up, and he'll just punt it away. So the Sailors definitely on their heels the last few minutes of play, but they've been able to bend but not break. ERIE is pushed a little bit. Laird now contending for it. Reese John, I was excited to see him in there, but that's actually Davenport who is slotted into the attacking role. Cleared out by Steamboat. 97 seconds on the clock now. ERIE trying to push. This is going to be Branford with a quick toss. Ends up in the 18, and it comes to an ERIE player. And what a stop there, Adams! With Charlie Welch out of the goal frame, Adams stops a shot from Bradford that was headed to frame. It's going to be a corner kick, first one here of half two for this ERIE squad. 1:10 left, sent in, and Reisman gets in the lane. Great play there from Brady Adams, who saves the game for the Sailors. They're up 2-1 still after he makes the phenomenal defensive effort. ERIE trying to continue to push this one forward. 52 seconds left, and there is the shortcoming of not having the ball person to help out. Tigers trying to get it out to that far sideline. Just 40 seconds left. 18 seconds ticked off there between that ball going out of play. And now Welch will take this one. Davenport, he is going up the field in a hurry. And Charlie Welch is going to try and let one fly in his direction. But it's ERIE who gets in the lane on the 50-50. Headed forward. Now ERIE with a chip through. Sandvik with a good play there with the noggin. Will Hayden pushes it forward, and we've got 15 seconds on the clock. A little intermixed play defensively. ERIE's running out of time here. Tigers trying to push it forward. 8 seconds to go. And a nice play from Charlie Reisman will slow it down just enough. That will bring us to the horn. The Sailors escape with a victory here. ERIE, great effort there in the last 5 minutes of that one, trying to find the tying goal. They had it. I think it was Bradford who had the open goal to shoot at, but Brady Adams with the save of the game there. Ends up being a defender and not a keeper who makes the save of the game. That'll do it for us. Thanks so much for tuning in, as this has been Steamboat Sailors Boys Soccer, brought to you by all of the wonderful sponsors who participate right here on your Sailor Sports Connection, KTYV 105.7, and online at steamboatradio.com.
Thanks for listening to Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM. Brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank,
Alpine Lumber,
the Steamboat Roofing Company,
I Furnish,
Mountain West Insurance.